Good afternoon. So the next point is historical development of the robotic. So in 1921, the term robot was first used in play, which is called as Arthur or Rossum's Universal Robot by its writer Karel Capek. The plot was simple: the man make a robot, then robot kills man. In 1941, the science fiction writer Isaac Asimov first used the word robotics to describe the technology of robot and predicted the rise of powerful robot industry. So in 1942, the Asimov wrote Runarao, a story about robots which contain the three laws of robotics. The one is the robot may not injure a human or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey the orders it by a human being except where such orders would conflict with the first law. Then robot must protect its own existence as long as such a protection does not conflict with the first or second law. So these are the three laws. And the next is in 1948, the cybernetics and influence on artificial intelligence research was published by Norbert Wiener. In 1956, Sir George Devol and Joseph Engelberg formed the world's first robot company. Then in 1959, computer assisted manufacturing was demonstrated as the Servo Mechanism Lab at MIT. In 1961, the first industrial robot was online in General Motors automobile factory in New Jersey, and it was called Unimate. In 1963, the first artificial robotics arm to be controlled by a computer was designed. So the ranch arm was designed as a tool for handicapped, and its six joints gave it the flexibility of human arm. In 1965, Dendral was the first expert system or program which is designed to execute the accumulated knowledge of subject expert. So this is the historical development of the robotics. Now the types and classification of robotics. The following is the classification of robotics according to the Robotics Institute of America. So these are classified as variable sequence robot, playback robot, numerical control robot, and intelligent robot. Now what is variable sequence robot? So what is variable sequence robot? A device which performs the successive stages of task according to predetermined method, easy to modify. Then playback robot means what? A human operator perform the task manually. Means human is operating the task manually by leading the robot. Then numerical control robot means the operator supplies the movement program, that is the program is fed movement program rather than teaching it the task manually. Numerical control means what? The operator supplies the movement program. And intelligent robot means what? A robot with the means to understand its environment and the ability to successfully complete the task despite changes to the environment. Intelligent robot means the robot can understand the environment and successfully complete the given particular task. Then Asimov's law of robotics. So there are 3 laws of robotics. The first law is a robot may not injure a human being, or through inaction it allows a human being to come to harm. A robot may not injure human being or through inaction which it allow a human being to come to harm. Then second law is a robot must obey orders. Robot must obey the orders given to it by human being, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. And third law is a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first law. So these are 3 laws of robotics. Now this diagram shows robot joints. So first diagram shows collinear joint, the input link and the output link. Then the second diagram shows orthogonal joint, input link and output link. Third diagram shows the rotational joint. So joints are rotational. Then fourth diagram shows the twisting joint, and the last diagram is revolving joint. So these are robot joints. Then these robot joint, it include two types which provide a linear motion and three types which provide rotary motion. There is a one type which provide the linear motion, the three types provide the rotary motion. These five types of joints are rotational joint, linear, twisting, orthogonal and revolving joint. Now this diagram shows the robot configuration. So first is the Cartesian coordinate configuration, second diagram shows the cylindrical configuration, then spherical configuration and then articulated configuration. Then next is the robot configuration. So some of the commonly used configuration in robotics are one is Cartesian or rectangular. So these robots are made of three linear joints. In this diagram it is clearly shown. These are made of three linear joints that orient the end effector, which are usually followed by additional so which are usually followed by the additional revolute joints. Then the next is R2P, that is cylindrical. So cylindrical coordinate robots have two prismatic joints and one revolute joint. Then spherical joint, they follow a spherical coordinate system which has one. Then articulated or anthropomorphic here a diagram of articulated robots is shown. Here all joints are revolute similar to the human arm. Then the next, selective compliance assembly robot arm. They have two revolute joints which are parallel, and it allows the robot to move in horizontal plane, plus an additional prismatic joint that move vertically. Then the next is, here the main components are manipulator and effectors. Manipulator means what? Main body, that is link, joints, etc. Then end effector means what? Welding torch, paint spray gun, etc. Then actuators means servo motors, stepper motors, cylinders, that is mechanical parts. Then sensors, that is vision, touch, speed synthesizers, etc. Then controller means receives the data from PC and control the actuators. Then processor, it calculates the motion of joints at a speed. And software is OS, application software. So these are the components of robot. These are different components of robot. Then next is the robot components. So these are same as that of the human beings, that is elbow, wrist, tool. Tool is different part. Shoulder and waist. So stiff joint and complete joint we have already seen. The degree of freedom for the different joints. Then next is this robot component, that is sensing. Sensing means what? It captures a spherical images and comes with an optional PTZ camera with a 30x optical zoom for detailed inspections. That is, the image will be more clear. Then next is computing. So it allows for a faster prototype development via an on-board processing unit. Also it consists of manipulation. So it enables a mobile manipulation for the task like opening doors and grasping objects. Then power, it provides a regulated power and an Ethernet port for easy payload integration. So here the diagram of robot is given, which consists of the head cap. Then the different parts are given here. Ear leads, IR emitter or receiver, neck, power button. Power button is at the center. Then hip, prehensile hands, bumper, knee, waist, battery. Battery is also below the power button. Then elbow, US emitters and receivers, shoulder, microphone, camera, and one more microphone which is at the forehead. So these are the different components of robot. Then the next is robot degree of freedom. That is the number of independent movements a robot can perform in 3D space. What is degree of freedom? Degree of freedom means the number of independent movements a robot can perform in 3D space, or the direction in which robot moves when a particular joint is activated. So to fully place the object in a space and also orient it as a desired, we need to have a 6 degree of freedom. So a system with 7 degree of freedom, it does not have a unique solution, that is robot which is mounted on conveyor belt or mobile platform. Then work volume and work envelope. So the work volume or the work envelope is a three-dimensional space in which the robot can manipulate the end of its breeze. And the robot's work envelope is its range of movement. It is a shape which is created when a manipulator reaches a forward, backward, up and down. So these distances are determined by the length of robot's arm and the design of its axis, and each axis contributes its own range of motion. So robot can only perform within the confines of this work envelope. That is, the pattern of its working pattern of the robot is fixed. So here diagram for the work volume and the work envelope is shown. The maximum envelope, restricted envelope and operating envelope. Robot coordinates. For any industrial robot, there has to be certain coordinate system for a proper functioning of the program. Target of the robot in a space are located by measurements along the axis of coordinate system, and the coordinate systems are defined by the geometry. So Cartesian coordinate system, polar coordinate system, cylindrical or spherical coordinate system. So the target of the robot in a space are located by a measurement along the axis of coordinate system, and the coordinate systems are defined by the geometry. Cartesian coordinate system, so the coordinate systems are defined by the geometry like Cartesian coordinate. We have already seen it. The diagram for the Cartesian coordinate system is given here. And the next is the polar coordinate system. The next, cylindrical coordinate system. Thank you.